Okay, so after a few testings, think I figure out the resolution. That's 1280 by 768 to get the whole screen. You'll see some space on the right, and now the music is loud as fuck for no reason. Why is this so loud? Holy shit. What in the fuck? Now I had to check how loud the music comes off. Alright, so if the black bar on the right of the screen doesn't bother you, we can go ahead and get started. This is continuation to secret files. You're not going to meet with someone. What's his name again? Maybe Max will know something. All right.
King of the dinosaurs. Even the reproductions inspire fear. Hello? Can I interrupt for a moment?
You're not interrupting. On the contrary. Have you heard from your father?
No, unfortunately not. And last night I was attacked.
Attacked? Are you hurt?
No, nothing to worry about. But it must be because of something important. Do you really have no idea what it could be?
No, He's been under a lot of stress in the last few days, but that's happened before. Looking back, there are plenty of ways to interpret it, but especially conspicuous? No, not really.
That's a shame. Yesterday evening you offered me your help. Does the offer still stand?
But of course. My name is Max, by the way.
Nina. But you know that, don't you?
So, ask away.
In the last few hours, I've heard the name Tunguska several times. Do you know anything about it?
Do you mean that Tunguska catastrophe from 1908?
Yes, could be.
At the beginning of the last century, something exploded there. The destruction must have been enormous, but even today nobody really knows what happened back then. Your father once took part in an expedition to Tunguska, but you probably know that, don't you?
We never really spoke much about what he used to do. After my mother's death, he never wanted to speak about his work in Russia anymore.
Oh, I didn't know. I'm sorry.
That's okay. It was a long time ago. She was killed in a traffic accident. Shortly after that, we came to Germany. I think my father simply wanted to leave all of that behind him.
And your father never spoke about his work in Russia? Didn't you ever ask him?
No. He asked me never to ask him again, and I kept my word, despite being very interested at times.
Well, I know a little more about it. In 1908, an unidentified object went down over the Siberian taiga. A huge area was completely destroyed by the shockwave and a wall of fire. The shepherds who lived there, the so-called Evenk, were either hurled through the air or burnt. There were hardly any survivors to witness anything. Several expeditions were started to find out the cause of this catastrophe, but despite all their efforts, no clues or any evidence was found that was at all helpful. And in time, several fantastic theories arose.
Bro,
From a meteorite colliding with Earth, to the appearance of an unknown type of
they don't
energy,
check
to
they don't check the
explosion of a
voice.
spaceship. And off the top
Before
of my
releasing the
head,
game.
that is about everything that I can tell you on the subject.
Kind of bothers me a little
But
bit.
somewhere in the archive, I still have a few articles over the Tunguska phenomenon lying around. Shall I go and get them?
Yes, that would be sweet of you. Oleg spoke about it, and I read one of my father's mails to him. There was also something about it in there. Maybe it will bring me a little further.
Okay, I just have to get a few small things done here, and then I'll have a look around the archive.
Thank you very much. Yesterday evening, Eddie was mumbling something about people in black robes. I didn't take him very seriously at first, because his description was, let's say, a little strange. But I spoke to a little girl today who saw something similar last night.
This.
She even took a photo of the men in black
Again,
robes. Unfortunately, there is not very much to see, but I'll certainly speak to Eddie about it again. Do you know where I can find him?
No, I have no idea. I haven't seen him all day. He's probably crept away somewhere quiet to think about it all.
You mean he's drinking again?
Yes, I'm afraid so. Unless...
Unless what?
Oh, nothing.
Nothing? Come on out with it, tell me.
Well, if those strange men in black noticed that he was watching them...
You mean they came back?
I don't know. At the moment, I have no idea what is actually happening here.
Well, this is something we have in common. I found this piece of paper amongst my father's records. Does it tell you anything?
LA60 AK19AL? That sounds like one of our exhibits. What about it?
No idea. I was hoping that you could tell me that.
Not spontaneously, but I can go and get the item. The note with the description of the diadem is missing, but you just had it in your hand. Well, I don't know any more about it either.
Thanks a lot. Can I take my time to have a look at it?
Of course, but please don't forget to put it back later. Otherwise your father will tear my head off.
If he still can.
Hey, stop thinking like that. We'll find him, I promise.
Yes, hopefully. There must be an important reason why Daddy kept a piece of paper with the description of the diadem at home. But what? And what is that about the true princess? He used to call me that sometimes. Is it a message to me that I should be able to understand somehow? Think, Nina. Think quickly. Does the name Oleg Kambursky say anything to you?
Kambursky? Oleg Kambursky? No, nothing. Should it?
Unfortunately, I don't exactly know that either.
That sounds a little suspicious. He knows something.
The things out of the archive about Tunguska.
Yes, I'll get going now. But it could take a while until I've sorted through the records.
No problem. I'll wait here.
He knows something about Oleg.
On the outside, it seems totally normal, but on the inside, it's ice cold. Let's see what we find here.
Just gotta take jack some random
It's already
shit.
been plundered.
Just take some random shit. All right.
The label is illegible, but judging from the skull and the other symbols, it must be extremely corrosive. Plaster of Paris. The text says to add water and vegetable oil and mix to achieve the desired consistency. There are 3 stones missing out of the diadem. It looks rather unspectacular, but it seems to be important for my father. I should find out why.
Here's one of them. Just gotta get it out of the rock.
I haven't the faintest clue how this thing is supposed to work. No, I'm not going to take this.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, just because it says something about corrosive on the label and there is a printed skull symbol, it shouldn't bother me. Who needs hands anyway? Plaster of Paris. The text says to add water and vegetable oil and mix to achieve the desired consistency.
Guess we go
I
home?
think I still have more to do here.
Nope. Well,
This thing has all the bells and whistles. You can even... Who should I call? There's a number on this note. L.A. Originally, my father wrote something on the back.
So what about this little tiara? Do I do anything with it?
The color is not right. None of the original jewels were blue. I don't believe for a moment that a yellow glass shard will pass for an amethyst, ruby, or an emerald. Daddy would have to be completely colorblind. This must have broken off one of the lights at the construct... It's already been plundered.
Oh, I...
If I swipe things from Max's office, he certainly won't keep helping me, but I'd like to get rid of this eye. So the spoke has now broken off, but that eye now can no longer look at me in that evil way. I can only hope that Max doesn't notice. That thing doesn't fit in there properly. It keeps falling out. There are 3 stones missing out of the diadem. It looks rather unspectacular, but it seems to be There's a number on this note. Originally, the 3 largest gemstones in the world had been incorporated into this diadem. On the left, an emerald. My father wrote some...
Right.
A red glass bead. At least, I think it's glass.
When in doubt, right? Just scan it through everything.
I haven't the faint... I haven't the faintest clue how this thing is supposed to work. All these files and records have...
Oh?
A photo of Daddy on one of his expeditions. Written on the back is 1958, Vladimir Kolenkov. And I've seen the photo before. But who was the other guy in the photo? And why was the photo torn up? I'll glue it into my diary. It might be important somehow.
Is that Elon Musk? uh,
The radiator.
how come I didn't notice this before? Uh,
A picture of my parents' wedding. I think Dad's...
right, I still need a coin.
The inside of the dish is somewhat porous. I'll squeeze a bit of this oily, slimy liquid into the bowl. The plaster looks almost like ashes.
Hmm. No? Alright.
My father was never the pick. A glass flask.
There you go.
Luckily, the glass is acid resistant. Nevertheless, I'll make sure that I don't spill anything. Luckily, the glass... I think I still... The radiator is lukewarm. The radiator is lukewarm. You can use the valve as needed to release the air from the radiator. The map shows a section of Siberia. It's already been plundered. It burbles quietly. A list of local pizza deliveries. They must have taken the real nameplate down during the renovation. Oops. Maybe I shouldn't have opened the valve that far. A load of water has come out. The putty is ready for use.
But for what? What is it for? I don't know what this thing is.
The putty is ready for use. I hope I know what I'm doing. That diadem has now been robbed of any beauty it once had. Great! It fits!
Oh, there you go.
The 3 stones have not been substituted with cheap imitations yet. I'll have to think of how to complete the diadem again. The 3 stones have not been substituted with cheap imitations yet. I'll have to think of how to
It's already been plundered. I haven't the faintest clue how this thing is supposed to.
No, I'm not gonna...
So, what am I supposed to do now?
The fuses are all numbered. I expect that.
Do I get to leave now, or what?
I think I still have more.
No.
My father has worked hard for. Too angry, looking sorry, and.
It brings a little illumination into the darkness.
I'd better leave that on, otherwise I won't be able to see anything in here.
That's an escape plan with all of the rooms in the museum. It's not up to date, considering a few of the rooms...
This, the search scene has been helpful. You know, I don't like using it because, you know, I do prefer figuring stuff out my own, but, you know, I'm not really good at this.
I don't want to take it along, and besides, I don't have the foggiest idea what I should do with it. The note says, and the prince said to the princess, whether vertical, horizontal, or in both main diagonals, make sure that there is never a repeat within a line. Does that have something to do with the coins? I don't want to take it. I don't...
If I know how to work this thing,
I haven't the faintest clue how this thing is supposed to work.
you know, I could have gotten this out. Amnes.
I think this is where the rock sample.
there's pretty much nothing else to do here.
The map. The phone in the office. Private conversation. This thing has. Who should I call? I'll put the stone into the acid and see how it reacts. The acid is doing its work admirably. The stone is beginning to corrode. I'll have to take it out of the acid at the right moment, otherwise the inclusion will go the same way as the rest of the stone.
Okay, it worked. Alright.
Yes, that should hold.
Now I need the emerald.
I've laid both lenses over each other. They now have a green shimmer.
Seriously?
I hope that thing is in the right position. As soon as the putty has dried, I'll only be able to get it off with brute force.
Alright, sure. Huh, interesting.
No, I'm not.
Alright, let's try this again.
Whether I'll get any brighter? Wow, it works!
Oh, hello.
Somebody seems to have marked one of the rooms with invisible ink, and it has just been revealed by the colored light beam.
I have no idea where this room 8 is located exactly because there's no map key. Although it seems to be one of the rooms that are being renovated.
Wow, not bad. I only go away for a few minutes and you transform the museum into a light show.
Oh, I'm sorry, but
That's okay. But what is all this stuff and what does it mean?
I don't exactly know either. But if this riddle really comes from my father, then he must have had an extremely good reason for the whole effort.
Have you found anything out yet?
I'm still working on it. And you? Is there anything new on the subject of Tunguska?
Not a lot. Here, I found these 2 articles.
The light beam has changed the color of the skate plan on the wall.
Microphone again.
A room with the number 8 seems to be highlighted. Is that one of the rooms that is currently being renovated?
Yes, and they've been renovating it for ages. The complete substance of this house is unfortunately no longer the best, and the workers are having a lot of problems completing the job.
Was there anything special in that room?
Well, no, not really. All of the exhibits from that room are currently stored in my office. Are you looking for something specific?
If only I knew.
We can go straight to my office. Maybe you'll find something there to help you out. Come on into my office and we'll have a look at the exhibits from room 8. Have a look around. All these things are out of the room that's being renovated.
It looks ancient. Although I saw one like these in some Swedish furniture store only last week. I think this one, however, is ancient.
The Mayan calendar.
I think that must be some sort of calendar, but how to read it is what I don't know.
No taking pictures.
If I remember correctly from the documentation on the Incas that I have seen recently, these kinds of masks were worn during ritual sacrifices. A pygmy warrior's shield from the year 1687 or 1688 in the region of Asia, or something like that. A vase from the Ming Dynasty. I broke one like this when I was a kid. That could be an antique. Unfortunately, that's about all I can say about it.
I don't think there's anything else. Oh, hello.
A rider? I always thought the Aztecs didn't have horses. Stranger and stranger. That thing has obviously just been set in there. It doesn't belong to the relief disc.
Mm-hmm. Alright, now we got the coin. We can come back here.
The coin seems to complete the set. The note says, and the prince said to the princess, whether vertical, horizontal, or in both main diagonals, make sure that there is never a repeat within a line. Does that have something to do with the coins?
I cannot have this. So,
Oops! That opened up a trap door. It appears to be some kind of secret compartment. What could my father need one for? It contains documents. It has to do with my father's research expeditions. It's written here that in 1958, he was the leader of a secret expedition into the Tunguska region. Apparently, after the 1958 expedition, someone in the highest position tried to keep the results secret. It has to do with some strange plant growth. Daddy wanted to continue his research, but all further investigations were prohibited. Then apparently he did travel to the region again himself, only in the company of a certain Manuel Perez and a local guide. That was in 1977. If I understand this correctly, a lot went wrong on this expedition. Something awful happened to Perez, and both of them were arrested. My father has not been able to find out what exactly happened to him that night, and Perez disappeared without a trace from that time forward. Daddy writes later that here at the latest, he should have realized that human life is always more important than research. What does he mean? Maybe I should ask Max. He'd be able to help me with all the formulae and explain the scientific expressions. And this is a letter from some society in Ireland. But these are just empty pages? I definitely need help. Maybe Max knows something about it all.
Sorry, I still don't have anything.
But how that is connected with my father's disappearance, I don't yet know. But I have found some of his records in a secret compartment. They describe a secret expedition and some very strange events and...
Hey, slow down. I can't follow you that quickly.
The best thing to do would be to come with me to my father's office. I'll show you the records, and then we should perhaps have a look at his filing cabinet.
Okay, let's go.
No, he's kind of
I
sus.
told you that I didn't want to see you here again.
Oh boy.
Believe me, it really would have been better if you had kept out of it. Now I have no other choice but to...
And there's
Oleg
Oleg.
Kambersky?
What up,
Looks
Oleg?
like I came just in time. Are you okay?
Yes, I think so. What did the detective want from us anyway?
Did he want to shoot us?
Well, he probably doesn't have his weapon trained on you just for the fun of it. We should get away from here before this guy wakes up. I'm sorry that I was so unfriendly when we first met. For some time now, I've had the feeling that I'm being pursued, and my nerves are shot right now. Of course I know your father. To be precise, I have known him for a very long time, and I know him very well. I was with him on one of his expeditions back then. We were in the Tunguska region back then, together with the Cuban Manuel Perez, an Irish biologist whose name I can't recall at the moment, and some assistants. I don't want to get into details regarding the events of the past, but for some reason, someone appears to be very interested right now. I have the feeling that not only your father, but I as well am in danger, and possibly all members of that past expedition still living. Of course, I can't prove it, but if I'm not mistaken, the Russian Secret Service, FSB, could be behind it. They already tried back then to prevent us, and your father in particular, from undertaking further expeditions. You know about your mother?
My mother? Why? What does she have to do with anything?
You know that she died in an accident?
Yes, but...
It is rather questionable whether it really was an accident. You were in the car as well. I was driving behind you when the car suddenly crashed through a bridge railing and plunged into a river. I was barely able to get you out of there. But when I tried to save your mother, 2 of my fingers were torn off. Therefore,
Daddy never told me anything about that.
I'm certain he tried not to burden you with that as well. The 2 of us have already reproached ourselves enough. But enough about the past. Now we have to find your father again. Due to the events of the last few days, I activated a few of my contacts. One of them is Sergei, who is moving in circles which, well, I'd rather not be found anywhere near them. But he knows just about everything that no one is actually supposed to know. According to his information, a research station was built in the Tunguska region decades ago, and now another transport is planned to go there. Supposedly, not all the scientists who are to be transported there are participating voluntarily. This research trip and the disappearance of your dad a few days before its start could very well be linked.
Does that mean my father was kidnapped and is now sitting on a train to Siberia? What do they want from him?
Even if, officially, he hasn't been active in research for years, he is still an expert in his field. I am sure that Sergei could help us.
I have to go to Moscow?
I have an airplane. We could be there in a few hours. I know this is all quite a lot to swallow at once, but if your dad is really on that train, we have no time to lose. As soon as he reaches the Tunguska region, we'll barely be able to get him out again. The area around the station is too heavily guarded.
What do you mean?
I don't know, but maybe it is the only chance. So let's go.
It would be good if someone stayed behind, in case Vladimir does get in touch after all.
But...
Nina, we should go if we want another chance to get there before the train leaves.
I suppose I could have another look at your father's records, but I don't have a good feeling.
Great. Then let's go.
Take good care of yourself, okay?
I'll do my very best. I wish I could.
Yes, me too. Good luck.
Right. Forgot that they were in Germany. Just didn't know where in Germany.
Oh, Oleg didn't tell me you was such a beauty. If I had known that, my price would have gone down.
Yes, I'm happy to see you too. You can help me in the search for my father?
Sergei can do a lot of things. Some say Sergei can do everything. But Sergei is martyr, so let's just stick with Sergei can do almost everything.
Yes. Modesty honors you.
What can I do for you?
I thought you knew that.
Sure. But Sergei needs all the information again firsthand. And looking at your mouth and your moving lips.
Are you going to help me or just gawk?
How does the saying go? One hand washes the other.
Okay. So, my father has disappeared. I only wanted to meet him in the museum where he worked. And as I arrived...
Yeah. Sergei knows that.
Then what do you want to know?
What did your father do in the last few weeks? What was he working on? Who was he working for?
Quite honestly, I have no idea. I have never really spoken to my father to any extent about his work. He tends to hold hour-long lectures about scientific things, and after a few minutes, I tend to fall half asleep. Then at some time, we agreed to leave the subject of work out of our conversations.
Not good. Really not good.
Yes, I know, but it doesn't matter now anyway. But again, I really don't know what it was, or for who he has been working for recently. Besides his work for the museum, he still held lectures and prepared reports, but I can't be any more exact than that. All I know is that in the last few days he seemed a bit unconcentrated, as if he was especially concerned with something. But what that was?
That gets us nowhere. A couple of birdies told me in the last few days that another train is leaving for the Tunguska region today. It has to do with some kind of scientific experiments. What kind exactly, I don't know. But it's not important now. In any case, a few old friends have been reactivated.
Old friends? Reactivated?
Scientists and people who know the area who were in the Tunguska region in the past, they were, well, asked to cooperate. Some came voluntarily. Others had to be persuaded.
I understand.
Good. Be that as it may, your father may be with them.
Is he in danger?
If he doesn't do anything stupid, he won't have any problems normally.
But how are we going to get him out?
We aren't going to get him out at all. But as I've already said, Sergei can do almost everything. An old acquaintance is standing at the side entrance of the train station. He'll take you in and give you a pass and a uniform. As soon as you're on board the train, you should be able to find enough time to look around. The guards on board are usually busy drinking and playing cards during the trip. Oh, and by the way, you're traveling under the name Nina Perkova. Your last name could give you away if your father is actually on board.
So I get in the train, eliminate all the guards, and free my father. Alone? Great plan. Just great.
When you find him, then we'll see how you'll get your father out. Not to worry. Sergei would never leave such a sweet ass hanging.
Okay, that's a relief then. I'm sorry. I'm a little
Fucking
bit
pig.
nervous about my father. I really am happy that you could help me. Thank you.
That's okay, little one. They don't call Sergei the good soul of Moscow for nothing. And
No,
don't
they
forget,
actually don't.
even if you get information that you don't know what to do with, Sergei can certainly figure it out.
Okay, I'll see what I can find out.
Nice weather we're having, isn't it?
Yeah. It's much too nice to sit around out here. Comrade Yushin is taking your shift now. Isn't that nice of him?
What? Why? Come with me. Let's chat a bit.
It doesn't seem to be my lucky day today. Was that a coincidence, or did they find out that Sergei bribed one of the guards? In any case, I now have a huge problem. Sergei has gone. My cell phone has no signal here, and I have to get onto the train fast. Nina, it's time for a stroke of genius. I need an idea. He's making a furious impression. Fun on the job usually looks different. Hello. So late and you're still working?
Yeah, real funny, huh? You probably think it's hilarious that a poor guy like me has to work so late, and then has to muck around in other people's shit. Real funny, huh? Ha ha.
Wow, you're in a good mood. I wasn't having a laugh at your cost, honestly.
Oh, sorry. I guess I'm a little irritable. Today's actually supposed to be my day off, and yeah, and now I have to work overtime just because this bunch of soldiers doesn't know how to flush the toilet. You hopefully aren't one of them, are you?
No way, don't worry.
Good. When I catch the person who dumped this shit on my lap, he's going to be sick just thinking of the word toilet.
Yeah, look, could we change the subject, please? My graphic imagination is very well developed, and my stomach is remembering what it had for lunch.
That's funny.
So the soldiers have screwed up your day off. Did they just turn up all of a sudden?
No, it wasn't that sudden. There have been rumors going around for a few days, but I had no idea there would be this many. I have no idea what they're all doing here.
Hey, you don't mean to tell me that the soldiers are swarming all over this quarter, and you have no idea why they're here?
Well, there are always a few soldiers running around here. After all, it's a military train station. But I haven't seen this many in a long time. I've heard they're heading to Novosibirsk.
And what do they want there?
I have no idea. They don't talk to us. Think they're just better than us. Most of them don't have an original idea in their head anyway. They merely follow their orders. Someone told me there are also scientists with them. And a little while ago I saw large cages. I have no idea what they're planning.
Cages?
Yes. Apparently there are some prisoners on the train. Maybe that's why.
Cages for prisoners? Are they keeping my father like a wild animal? I urgently have to get on that train and get him out. That car over there, is that yours?
No, I think that's been there for a few years now. I don't even know if there are any parts still in it.
Having to work on your day off is, of course, really bitter. That would piss me off, too. Excuse me, a slip of the tongue. Did you already have some plans? Cinema, a few bars, or anything?
Yeah, I wanted to go fishing. Couple of beers, rod in hand.
Yeah, I had a boyfriend like that once.
Huh?
Nothing. Tell me more.
Well, just a really relaxing day. But maybe I can do it tomorrow instead. If only they'd finally pick the right lottery numbers.
The lottery. What is so special about that?
They hold a special drawing in which you can really clean up. You know, I've been playing the lottery for 20 years and have never won anything. But today is my lucky day. I could tell when I woke up. All this shit is gonna end today. I'm gonna buy myself a little cabin on a nice river somewhere. Maybe I'll even buy the river too. And then...
Yeah, and then spend the whole day with your rod in the water, I know.
Exactly. The stupid thing is, you have to have every number in exactly the right order. If the first 3 numbers match, you can win something too. But to really clean up, all the numbers must be correct.
That means, in the worst scenario, if you have one wrong number, you can lose completely.
Yep, but I'm gonna win. 856549. I'm gonna have a new life with these numbers.
I'd better get going then.
Me too.
Luckily, they are not as heavy as they look. A long rubber hose.
An advertisement for the Gartuzo Corporation. Outrageously expensive, insufficient coverage, lousy service. If those are your requirements for a cell phone in today's world, go to the competition. If not, come to us. Gartuzo Telecommunications offers the ideal contract option for any requirement, tailored to your needs. Switch now. By now, they seem to be everywhere. I've already received dozens of brochures from them at home.
The barrier is to stop people falling into the open sewer. It would make more sense to run one around the whole sewer. That rust bucket is in a really miserable condition. Even with wheels, that thing probably wouldn't move. Without wheels, there is not a hope in hell. Demolition of a workplace is never a good idea, especially if the workplace belongs to a huge, strong building worker.
As long as the worker is looking the other way, I should take the opportunity.
Let's see what Russian construction workers have for breakfast. No cheese, no ham, but 4 layers of butter.
Huh, butter toast.
A thick rubber band.
That thing is rather rusty and immovable. It has some similarities with men of its age.
Hey now, come on. We gotta say dirty things.
That thing is completely rusted, and the crank doesn't move. Dirt and refuse. Known among experts as junk.
Well, let's rummage around in the garbage, shall we?
Great! A rusted nut and an unidentifiable iron something. It's the small things in life that bring happiness. It is. It looks like, it could certainly be...
No idea. No.
Hey! A catapult! We used to shoot at tin cans with these when we were children.
You really gotta...
The guy who took over the job of Sergei's contact man looks extremely well trained.
Can I shoot him? No? Okay.
Let's see if some charming words will get me into the station.
Hello, you wonderful man.
Oh, hello.
All alone are you out here? Can I enjoy your company for a while?
I don't care.
Uh-oh, that'll be a hard one to crack. You were guarding the side entrance here. Is there any special reason for it?
Yeah, no one's supposed to go in there.
Talk about stating the obvious. I'm flirting with you, stupid. Oh, and because of that, they have installed a strong, muscular man like you here.
What? You mean me?
Yeah, right. I'm sure they spent a long time thinking about who they could give such an important task to. And they came to the conclusion that only you could fulfill the job. Well-trained and radiating power and strength.
Yes, you're probably right. I've only been with the troops for 3 years, but I've already achieved a lot.
Of course, I, as a mere woman, feel much better when I know that real men like you are defending our land.
You are
what is so
trying
important
a little
about the
hard,
station
lady.
that you have been chosen to guard the side entrance?
Actually, I'm not allowed to say. It's top secret. But I guess it has to do with some Secret Service thing. There are masses of conspicuously inconspicuous people running around. You're not from the FSB, are you?
Me? No, of course not.
Phew. I was lucky. I nearly let the cat out of the bag. I don't want to end up like my colleague. They just took him away.
Sure, I understand. Damn, I almost had him in my hands. Your colleague, where did they take him? Is he coming back soon?
I'm afraid not. The 2 guys that took the poor guy are from the FSB, I think.
Oh, why did they take him?
No idea. But it's better not to ask questions. The wrong one at the wrong time, and it could be your last question. As soon as they have you in their grip, it's not easy to get out again. If you get out at all.
Can I borrow your newspaper for a few minutes?
What? No way. The nurse is finally just about to turn the doctor around.
Pardon?
Don't tell me you've never heard of the Siberian Saga.
No, I have to pass on that. What is it?
The soap opera in the Moscow News. A fascinating love story. For the last 3 weeks, they have been publishing a new chapter every other day. And I guess that the nurse...
Yeah, great. That's enough. It sounds really gripping. Are you almost finished with it?
No, not for a while yet. I'm reading it slowly on purpose to prolong the excitement. Of course I have the newspaper at home as well, but there's not much going on here, so I can read without being disturbed. I'm really anxious to see if the head nurse's plot...
No! Stop it! My doctor has forbidden too much drama and excitement.
Thanks a lot for the information.
My pleasure. See you soon.
Here are the numbers of the special draw. 356549. One single wrong number. The sewage worker will be kicking himself in the ass all day long.
I have some bad news for you, bro.
Hello. What news from the underworld?
None at all. I'd better keep working or else I'll get in trouble with the boss.
Okay.
Very useful if you are standing under your sweetheart's window again and aren't allowed in.
From up there, one can watch over the entire area. I'd better try to be as inconspicuous as possible, and very careful.
If all of these cigarette butts are from today and all from the same watchman, then he should apply to one of those record-breaking shows on TV. Seen from here, I would guess 60 watts. According to Sergei's theory, I should be able to get in there without any problems. What now?
Alright.
Damn! That is the third bulb this month already.
Third?
What idiot keeps ordering this cheap junk? The story was just about to get interesting.
Third? Are you serious?
The guy who took over the job of Sergei's This newspaper here?
Yeah?
Can I have it?
I guess so. The light bulb just exploded on me. It was really old anyway, and it'll be weeks for sure before anyone replaces it.
Shit.
You have to fill out a form that is signed by the officer on duty and then faxed to the ministry. From there, it goes through 3 committees, and with some luck, I'll see another one before I retire.
Yes, the wonders of bureaucracy are international. What about the newspaper?
Fine, just take it.
Like, is this guy serious? Is this guy's... What? Just go to the fucking store. Buy a new bulb. What the fuck? Why go through all the hoops just to buy a fucking...
I can't do that to the poor guy. If after such a bad day he also loses $1 million in winnings, he'll run amok.
Oh, what are you gonna do then?
One small manipulation of the lottery results and the big win is perfect. Only short term, but isn't short-term happiness better than none at all? Here, the late issue. You can find out in here whether you can go fishing tomorrow or not.
Yes, I won! I won! I have to go home at once and tell my wife. Oh, what's the point? I'm going straight to my favorite fishing spot and we'll fish all night. And I'll quit first thing in the morning. If you want to marry a rich man, you'll find me down by the river.
What?
I can only hope that he takes his sweet time about resigning.
Hmm.
Some of the soldiers have been using that hole in the floor as a rubbish bin. They could at least have let a couple of gold rings drop into it. It stinks to high heaven, and the reason for it does not need analysis. The box seems to be dry. One of the sewage workers probably dropped it here.
I assume that this pipe is for wastewater from the station.
The door is open a bit, but it seems to have wedged itself against something. Hey, hello!
Hi.
You smoke quite a lot, don't you?
Yeah, I know it's unhealthy. But I simply can't give it up. I've tried everything. That's why I'm glad I get to sit outside. At least here I can smoke. Want one?
Yes, please. It'll be good for my nerves. Isn't smoking forbidden inside the station?
Absolutely no smoking. They probably have stuff stored in there that could raise half of Moscow to the ground.
Oh, what things?
No idea. And to be honest, I don't really want to know. Sometimes, ignorance is bliss.
Very wise words. Thanks a lot for the information.
My pleasure.
Well.
A cigarette smoking peacefully away, and it stinks. Hello, you.
No?
Nothing.
That thing is completely rusted, and the...
Oh boy.
I'll
Break it-
try to
oh,
support this wreck with these bricks.
okay. I thought she was gonna break a window.
That thing is completely rusted, and the crank does... Even with we...
Okay, I had something. Here it is. Yeah, the butter.
Good idea.
I was trying to use
I can use
that.
the butter for lubrication.
I was trying to use
Even
that.
with wheels...
Yeah, the jack, honey.
Those things have a huge leverage. That way...
Okay.
Done it. It's open.
Huh. Okay.
This one's been sprayed red. Is that of any importance? There is no opening for a key or anything like that. Not visible anyway. There is nothing swimming around in there apart from a few objects I'd rather not describe. All of the rungs are missing. No one is supposed to get up there. Either the ladder is in an awful condition, or surprise visitors out of the sewage system are unwanted visitors. No, I can't get up there that way.
Here we go.
Long iron bars. Red and white boundary tape.
So... Nine.
The iron bars are too long and would probably get wedged in the shaft, so I can't use them as rungs for the ladder.
You look unbelievably strong. Are you really powerful as you look, or is it more fat than muscle?
Well, I do work out a little. After all, I want to make sure my body is still easy on the eyes in 10 years.
Of course, optically, it is really very impressive. Problem with most bodybuilders is that they can pump huge weights and then not manage to open a jam jar.
Hey, wait. Show me the jam jar first.
Oh, have I insulted somebody's honor? I don't have a jam jar with me, but I do have these iron bars.
Give it to me. That's one of my easiest exercises.
Wow, I'm really impressed.
Yushin has done some great work on this.
That's really funny. Let's see, it should work now, right?
If I stand on the very edge of the rungs, they should hold my weight.
There we go. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun.
So now I'm inside. Now the only question is where my father could be, and how I can look around without being caught by a soldier.
No smoking.
Oops.
Hello? Are you all right in there?
What? Yeah. You always do that?
What?
You know, peep on strangers in the bathroom.
I'm not peeping.
What then?
You were making some really strange noises. I just wanted to see if everything was all right. It sounded somehow sick.
Are you from the FSB?
Is that how I look?
No idea. I can't see you.
Well, no, I'm not. Why does everyone here ask me if I'm from the FSB?
Well, they're running around all over here, and I don't want any trouble.
Who does? Why? Do you have anything to fear?
I will if the train's supposed to leave but doesn't. You see, I dropped the key in the toilet.
Unpleasant. I wish you successful fishing.
Very funny. My problem is also your problem.
How come?
Because I'm the train driver, and it's the key to the train.
Oh, don't you have a spare key?
No, that's why I'm afraid to come out of here. I can't tell anyone that the train can't go anywhere because the train driver lost his own key in the toilet.
No, better not.
Please don't give me up.
Regarding the Secret Service people.
What about them?
What are they doing here?
No idea. I didn't ask, and I hope they won't ask me.
That sounds like a very wise strategy. Where exactly is the train going?
You should know that.
Yes. But we got no such exact explanation.
Well, I'm sure I don't know more than you. And if so, there has to be a good reason for it.
How long have you been sitting here?
About 3 hours.
Isn't that really exhausting?
Yeah.
3 hours,
There's
Jesus.
a horn you could toot.
Shall we start a choir?
Very funny. Now I just have to make sure I get a handle on my stomach again. What's coming out just isn't normal.
It's true. Sitting on the toilet is like real life. You have to be able to let go. But now is really the time to change the subject. Who's on board the train?
No idea. I'm just the train driver. They only tell me what I need to know. And you? Did you sleep during the briefing?
No, it wasn't especially precise. I thought you might know more.
I nearly blabbed. I should be more careful. That guy is taking his oath of silence very seriously. maybe someone else is in more of a mood for a chat.
Will you be all right without me?
Sure, I have to.
And this holy place is where a man can still be a man and pee, standing up. I have never seen a woman pee in a urinal trough. And no way am I going to be the first. A water faucet for cold water. The one for hot water was removed. After my excursion into the sewer, I'd prefer a shower. Washing my hands surely wouldn't be enough.
I'm gradually getting a little nervous. I've been running around here in circles for nearly 3 hours and I still couldn't smoke.
Pull yourself together, Romanova. You know that we are completely understaffed. Most of the soldiers are already on the train. I think you'll manage to survive the next few minutes.
Yeah, I know. But I've already chewed off all my nails. It's starting to get critical.
Romanova, you...
Oh, come on. Just 5 minutes.
Okay, fine. I have to settle a few things, and then I'll take over for you.
Thanks. You're a treasure.
Speaking of treasure, you'll smoke with Yushin at the side entrance. Is that clear? Otherwise, you'll flirt with one of your comrades, and then you'll be gone for ages.
Hey, it's okay. I get along great with Yushin. After all, we both agree that men are better lovers.
Good. I'll be right back, and then you can go on your break.
Okay, I don't know what that means. Sure.
A small empty plate with a few coins on it. I'm not so desperate that I'd steal from a Russian toilet cleaner.
Are you out of your mind? I work my ass off for you so that I can set aside 5 minutes and relieve you so you can take your break? And this is the thanks I get?
But
Oh, this will have consequences, I swear to you. You know why there's absolutely no smoking here, but this has consequences. There will definitely be consequences.
Hopefully she won't get into too much trouble. I think it's broken. Considering the contents, that is not a disadvantage.
Is that Putin? I can't tell. This game is from 2009, so I don't know how long he's.
You make tea in that thing, I think. I'd rather have a vodka. A two-way radio. There is a sticker on the back with the number 15 on it. This stocking has at least as many ladders in it as its owner had levers. A Russian military uniform. I should try it on. If it fits, I may not be recognized as a civilian straight away. The way he looks, he surely is no longer available, and married for about 20 years. That doesn't seem to bother the owner of this locker, though. A guy who looks so good is definitely a fan of the wrong soccer team. Oh well, we all have our faults. A hunky guy. He's definitely a photo model. I wonder if this lady soldier had something going on with all these men. The photo is a bit small, but he looks really cute. And he is in the military, too. Like does attract like. An envelope.
There seem to be deployment orders in there. Obviously, throughout the whole train journey, the highest state of alarm has been ordered.
They're expecting trouble from some kind of terrorists. That's why it says in the deployment orders that all irregularities must be reported immediately.
I'm obviously not the only uninvited participant in this excursion. The guards will be extremely attentive to their duties. That's not good. Not good at all. There is something here about the exceptional treatment of special guests. Does that mean the prisoners? Maybe I'll find my father on the train. I'd better hurry.
Attention, attention. All passengers and assigned guards should please board the train or follow their orders. The train will be leaving in a few minutes.
Try 3 hours. Nice, very nice.
A 5-digit combination lock. I can forget cracking it just by trying random numbers.
There seem to be obvious. I'd bet.
The stocking is still relatively clean. I wouldn't want to wear it anymore, but I didn't really want to before either. Who do I radio? And how should I identify myself? As long as I don't have an answer to these questions, Neither of those gorillas in front of the door looks that pleasant. The big question is, are they keeping someone in or keeping someone out?
In both cases, it makes getting in there a very tempting and interesting thought.
A crane for heavy boxes and probably also military equipment.
He's guarding the train.
Great.
They are taking tanks along on a research trip? Just what did I get involved in here?
Hello.
So, comrade, are you coming with us to Tunguska?
Yeah.
Well, it's amazing what a person will do for a couple extra rubles at the end of the month. I also need the permit.
Damn. I must have left it in the changing rooms, but I don't have to go all the way back there again, do I?
Yes, you do. Sorry, comrade, but I unfortunately can't do anything about it. If it were up to me, I would let you in, even without it. But it's unfortunately not up to me. The FSB guys would bite my head off if they found out.
Oh, come on. Nobody has to find out about it.
No, I'd rather not risk it. I heard Solotov screaming. Poor guy.
Solotov? What about him? Where is he?
In the game room. I think they really put him through the ringer. So hurry up and go get the permit. You still have a few minutes. And while you're at it, try to see if you can find the train driver. We've somehow lost him. I had him paged a few times already, but he simply isn't responding. I would look for him myself, but I can't leave my station. And hurry, we're already running late.
Isn't the train driver here yet?
No.
Maybe you should have him paged again.
Okay, but I don't think it'll do much good. 17 calling 48. Come in, please.
48 here. What do you need?
Could you page our friend, the train driver, again? He still isn't here yet.
Again?
Yeah, I know. I can't do anything about it either.
Okay.
Would the train driver please get his fat ass to his workstation pronto?
Let's hope that it works.
Damn.
Do you know what the agents are doing here?
Working, I suppose?
No. Really?
We're all just doing our job here. And most of them are also really nice. They're people just like you and me.
I suppose you're right. I think I can save myself the question about the FSB people. No one dares to say a word that is in any way interesting. Is everybody already on board?
Yes, almost. We're still missing a couple guys from the FSB. But otherwise, everyone should be here.
And all the scientists, too?
Of course. They were all brought on board as soon as we started boarding. Weren't you here yet?
No, obviously not. Were there any problems?
No, not really. But some of them were bound so tightly that they didn't have much of a chance to resist.
Oh, yeah? Good thing, too. Have they all been put into one compartment?
I don't think so, but I don't exactly know for sure. What do you care? You're only responsible for your section and not for the entire group?
Yes, I'm really happy about that. If they so much as touch Daddy, hopefully I'll get into the right compartment. And if I don't, how do I find out where Daddy is? And how do I get there? Well, I'll have to think about that as soon as I get on board. Tell me, do you know why the train is so heavily guarded?
You already know that, don't you? They explained it to us several times, even if I don't really believe everything.
For example?
For example, that the captive scientists were all spies for the enemy. But whatever, that's not my concern.
What do you suspect?
No idea. I just think it's strange that they're being brought to a research station now. But maybe they aren't supposed to do any research there.
What then? Tell me.
Who knows what they'll do with them there. But let's change the subject, because I'd rather not think about it.
No, neither do I. Then I'll begin the search.
Good luck.
The room is being monitored by several cameras, and on top of that, the strict no smoking rules. Wonder what they are storing in here.
I think someone got a good discount by ordering these signs by the dozen.
Yo.
How is your stomach?
You hear it.
Yes, I can. And I can smell it, too. Did you manage to get your key back again?
No. I'm afraid it's swimming somewhere in the sewer system by now.
And no key, no journey, right?
Without that key, we're all stuck here.
If I get the dying urge to try a new perfume again, I'll have a look down there. Will you be alright without me?
Sure.
Well, I guess I'll have to go down.
Why should I?
There is a small key in it. A sieve at the other end of the pipe is stopping it getting washed away. The sieve is probably there to stop rubbish getting into the pipe system.
If I open the valve, the wastewater should flow through the pipe, if there were any water to flow. And as long as none flows, I don't have to turn this wheel unnecessarily.
Here we go.
A two-way radio. There. Okay, action. This is number 15. Calling number...
Fuck.
48. Come in, please.
Central here, what is it?
What exactly do I want to do?
If I open the valve, and as long as none flows... How is your stomach?
You hear?
Yes, I... Did you manage to...
No. I'm afraid it's swimming.
And no...
Without that...
If I get the die... Will you...
Sure.
Hold on. 1, 3, 2. Is it actually that simple? No way. Hold on.
A 5-digit combination lock. I can forget cracking it just by trying random numbers.
1, 3, 2...
No. Not it.
A 5-digit...
Okay, action. This is number 15. Calling number 7. Come in, please. No answer. Hi.
Hello. Don't forget.
Isn't the train...
No.
Maybe you should...
Okay. 17 calling 48. Come in, please.
48 here. What do you need?
Could you page our friend, the train driver?
Again?
Yeah.
Okay.
17. Okay.
Let's hope that it...
Then I'll be...
Good luck.
17. Alright,
Okay, this is... 5th calling...
it's not here.
8. Come in. No answer. This one's been...
There is a small key in it, a sieve at the other end of the pipe. If I open the... and a valve.
Some of the... The stocking is still relatively clean. I wouldn't want to wear it anymore, but I didn't really want to before either. Okay. 5th call... 2. Come in. No answer. Okay. This is... 5th call... 31. Come in. No answer. Okay. This is not... 5th call... 23. Come in. No answer.
Hmm. 5-digit. I guess I talked to these people.
Hello.
Get out of my face.
Okay. Alright, here we go. Wait. How about I turn this
Water, flow.
There is a small key.
I hardly believe that the stocking will withstand the oncoming masses of water. It will get washed away with the rest.
Tie it? Can we tie it? Alright, here we go. There you go, yeah. Now it should work.
Hopefully the stocking is of a known brand. Otherwise, the whole effort will have been for nothing.
So, that should do the trick. The key is wriggling in the net. The rest inside, I'll just try to ignore. The hose connects the water tap to the urinal trough. One should use water sparingly. I'll turn it off again. Here, I have your key. There are also several other things inside the stocking. You'll have to get the key out yourself, though.
You're a dear. No, really. You really saved my ass. Give me another 2 minutes, then I'm finished here and we can finally go.
And my reward?
Reward? You saved my ass. Isn't the feeling of having done something good enough for you?
Yes, yes, of course. Do you still need more?
No, I'm almost finished.
What about this locker?
A 5-digit combination. 2, 4, 5, 1, 3.
And will the lock?
Nope.
There seem to be obviously.
They're expecting trouble from some.
I'm obviously not the only uninvited. There is something here about the
I'd better.
I think it's broken. Hi.
Hello. Don't.
Isn't the
No.
Maybe you should have him.
Okay. 17 calling 48. Come in, please.
48 here. What do you need?
Could you page our friend, the train driver?
Again? Okay. Would the train driver please get his fat ass to his workstation and...
Let's hope that.
Then I'll begin.
Good luck.
That was funny. So... Okay, this... I need a fucking permit. The permit should be in this locker. This locker. Could be.
There's nothing useful.
I wonder.
I'd better get changed again. The guard on the side entrance would start asking all sorts of questions if he suddenly saw me in uniform.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, hello!
Hi.
Can I ask you something else?
Sure, anytime. I'm bored anyway.
The 2 men that you came here with.
Psst, we should only talk about them behind closed doors. Or better yet, not at all.
Oh, they are from the Secret Service. FSB, aren't they?
Can you keep a secret?
Yeah, sure.
Good. So can I.
Okay, I understand. But you could at least tell me their names, couldn't you?
If you'll leave me alone about it after I do.
I promise.
Good. Fitizov and Radenkov.
And who is who?
I kept my promise. Now stop asking me questions. Just because you don't care about your health doesn't mean that I don't care about mine.
Thanks a lot for...
My pleasure.
I better put the uniform on again. Do you still need more?
No one.
Hello.
Get out of my face.
Hello.
If you don't get out of here, you could end up like the guy in there. And believe me, you don't want that. So beat it.
They're supposed to be Russians, right? Why does he sound like he's from Brooklyn?
Okay. This is 5th calling. 40, come in.
Central.
Headquarters. Please page both agents Fedosov and Radinkov. They should report immediately to the guard on duty in the freight compartment at the rear end of the train.
Okay.
Next time, I should think beforehand about what to say. It seems it worked out anyway.
Solitow. The poor guy looks really badly beaten up.
Hey, I thought there's no smoking here.
Smoking allowed? So there's one rule for the ladies and gents of the Secret Service and another for the rest of the population. He's still breathing, but several bones appear to be broken. Also, bad burning on his torso. It looks like he has been tortured with electric shocks. He's got nothing on him, but maybe I can use his dog tags. Is that Solitow's blood? He doesn't seem to have any open wounds, but the blood is still fresh.
Could be from someone else.
Hopefully they'll get the poor guy to a hospital on that one.
Crushed syringes. I don't know what was in there, but I'd better not touch them. Is that Solitow's blood? A car battery. The connected cables make me think.
I guess that's it then.
Those are Solitow's dog tags. Rank Private First Class. Service number 31545.
Alright, there you go. That's it then.
A 5-digit. 3.
31545.
5. And will the lock open?
Hey, easy when you know the right combination.
There's something in it. An entry card. That must be the one that I should have got from Solitow. My new name is already on it. Nina Perkova. My traveling permit. I could get used to my new name, Nina Perkova, but never to the photo.
Well then, up you go, and welcome aboard the MS Boredom, on its way to the end of the world.
Damn! The train is leaving! What am I going to do now? I still haven't found any clues telling whether my father is on board or not. On the other hand, if I don't continue the search, I'll never find out. And I don't have any real alternative either, do I? Let's hope that will turn out right.
Have you found him?
Not yet, but we're following some concrete clues.
That is unsatisfactory. We are running out of time. The project must begin as planned.
A few problems have surfaced in the little Kalenkov.
Don't bore me with details. You don't mean to tell me that you can't handle a couple of amateurs, do you?
No,
Good. Then you know what you have to do.
He talked himself to sleep, a talent that too few people have. Just in time, too. That senseless twaddle was driving me around the bend. People who tell you all about their digestive problems are not the most pleasant folk to share a conversation with. But when they also start to tell you about the effects of the recently enjoyed castor oil, now I can have a little look around in peace. When he's asleep, he looks really peaceful and harmless.
I bet. Just look at the pre-render background.
The landscape around here all looks so miserable and dreary. It's difficult to say where we are. It seems to be a strategic map of the Tunguska region. The arrows look like the movement of troops, but I might also be wrong.
Okay, this one. That's gotta be it for now, so stay tuned for our third episode, Secret Files Tunguska. Have a good one.